Love you 3,000.
And Habak 3,000 from
Love
UAE.
you 3,000.
Ti amo 3,000.
Para kami dahil 3,000.
Welcome to another edition of Coach Miranda Minor's Daily Technical Charting, Fundamentals, Improvement of Trading Quotient, and everything about crypto all in one channel.
Subscribe, like, follow, and share. Sige na please, Miranda. Subscribe, like, follow, and share. Sige na please, Miranda. Subscribe, like. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you the one and only, the voice that introduced Pitikin kita sa ilong. Isang hampas na lang ng palakol. The power of yet. Please, let's give it up to our pambansang crypto coach, Coach Miranda Minor.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you today, guys?
Ikaw ay nakikinig kay Coach Miranda Minor sa Daily Crypto Live.
How are you today? Isang magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. My name is Coach Miranda Minor and welcome to another edition of our cryptocurrency technical analysis, fundamentals, exclusive interviews, and everything about crypto all in one channel.
This town's so late, I'm feeling so wired. It's 4 a.m., I'm not even tired. We're in.
Today we have a very special guest that we brought in at our show. Today, Kamiranda, I need to speak in English because our guest doesn't understand Tagalog, so please bear with me. But we will teach him how to speak Tagalog later. We'll give him one word.
In your car, we can drive away.
All right. Oh, wow. A lot of people in the chat room. Oh, no. Good job.
Oh, yeah.
Woo-hoo-hoo. All right. Hashtag curious of Flipster. Nice.
We're almost there.
Hello to John Ray, Ronald, Ronel, Cardo, Dalisay, RC, Alan, Cryptolongo, Durf, Nomo, Cryptolong, Andre, Judy, Prince, Ann, Gio, VM, Christian, and dami po. Hello everyone.
Loving this feeling.
And of course you are...
You are listening to Coach Miranda Minor in his Daily Crypto Live.
All right, without further ado, Miranda, I would like to introduce to you our guests for tonight. Of course, we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency landscape this 2023. We have a lot of issues that we would like to discuss, but I would like not to delay anymore. And of course, we'd like to introduce to you our guest for today, none other than Ben R from Flipster. How are you, my friend?
Doing very well, Coach. Thanks for having me on. Great to be here.
I'm happy that you are in our show. Please say hello to our Filipino viewers all around the world.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here. I'm honored to have your attention. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And before we start and before I forget, I want to teach you something that's Tagalog. It's a local dialect. Don't worry, you're not going to be cursing anyone. It's we're in the show, of course. So I want you to learn how to say hello in Filipino. It's like a Spanish word. In Spanish, it's komusta, but in Filipino, it's kamusta.
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 Kamusta, everyone.
Yon, very good, right? And of course, our usual, because Coach Miranda Minor is his most favorite cartoon character is Iron Man. I always say, I love you 3,000 Kamiranda. Can you say that if you don't mind?
I love you 3000, Miranda.
Woohoo! There you go. Very good. All right. I gotta tell you, someone is saying you're so good looking than me. Oh, I cannot have Ben in my show, guys. Come on, I'm the only one good looking here.
Oh, they're too kind. They're too kind. Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of people asking questions. What's Flipster? Doing a lot of hashtag, which is good. But guys, our topic for today, Ben, talk to us. About your background. What do you do? And yeah, just give us your background. Where are you from? I know you're in a very cold place in Korea, but please go ahead and introduce yourself to us.
Yeah, absolutely. So hey everyone. I'm Ben. I'm from Australia originally, and I've been in the crypto space now since about start of COVID, whenever that was. It feels so long ago now. In that stage, and then I was sort of trading as well too, right back in the early days. I think the first thing I bought was Ripple, actually, a long time ago, on a platform. In the crypto space, I've worked for I've worked in marketing. I've been a CMO for multiple companies. Travala.com, I think, is probably the biggest one that I was involved with. Had a lot of fun there. A few other businesses. I've done some consulting and advisory things for crypto companies of all different sizes and lots of places around the world. But this interview now is actually the first time I've been speaking about the company I'm currently working for, which is Flipster, where I am their head of marketing. So I'm very excited to be able to talk a little bit about what we're doing around the world and our product and why that's so exciting. But then also just to let's switch some views on what we think's happening in crypto at the moment. And also I'd love to get some tips from you too. It sounds like you're the man to know what I should be buying. So hopefully we have a little bit of fun. Hopefully I'm able to, impart some wisdom on your community, be it about marketing in crypto or trends or changes or anything. I'm really excited to answer some questions and have a conversation.
Thank you very much for giving us. I know it's your first time to be interviewed in behalf of your company, so thank you very much for giving us this time. Thank you. All right, so of course, we're gonna be asking you. I'm very curious, Ben, on some of your insights about blockchain technology. In your experience, you've been in the industry for quite some time as well. Are there any other latest developments that we would need to, be waiting so far or preparing ourselves, this end of the year or even 2024? Please tell us more about that.
Yeah, look, I like to think about is what will 2023 be remembered for? In crypto, what will be remembered for? Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be remembered as the year of the ETF. I think it's going to be remembered as the year that of regulations and probably regulations for the best. It's going to be remembered the year of the lawsuits. There are some people that maybe were a little bit naughty in the past that are facing consequences right now. But also we're starting to see projects win really big cases against big regulatory bodies. We're also rebuilding. I think there was a bit of trust that was maybe lost in crypto in consumers. And through that, there have been some great innovations that have come out, like zero trust, like ZK has come through. We're seeing institutions get involved in crypto. We've seen derivatives, out trade spot in I don't know the ratio off the top of my head, but that all occurred this year as well. So there's sort of three big changes that I would. So summarize my answer. Let's call regulations and law, ZK, and derivatives is what I think 2023 is going to be remembered as.
And is that going to become a good preparation for 2024 in your perspective? Especially there's Bitcoin halving happening early next year.
Yeah. Look, I think there's a lot of signs that are playing towards the positive. There's a lot of big challenges that came up this year, particularly in the first point that I had there. And so far they seem to be going in the crypto's way. Right? So as we come to the end of the year, we come up to the Bitcoin halving. I do think 2024 could be a much bigger year for total crypto market cap by end of 2024 than it is the start of 2023.
So do you think that's a sign of a significant evolution of the industry? Traditional finance coming in. I mean, if this gets approved, to your point, regulation and law, if they approve the spot ETF, then the slew of money coming from the traditional finance will come into the decentralized space. Is that do you think one of the greatest remembrance or evolution of blockchain so far, with new money coming in?
Look, new money is always good for blockchain, and coming in from well-respected traditional finance, I believe that can only be good for our industry and where we want to go. I think it's really exciting. I think the rise of Bitcoin over the last since it started, getting the interest from traditional finance has been one of those things that the real OGs have really been talking about. When this is seen by the big firms, this is when it's going to happen. This is going to happen. And I think some of the stars are starting to align for some of those early predictions. So I'm optimistic that it's going to be very good.
Nice, very nice. And then just on that point, obviously there's new blockchains that are introduced in the market today. You have your Base from Coinbase, right? With new coins coming in. There's a social media technology called Friendtech and stuff like that. There's even proof of person. You have your iris scanner, WorldCoin, etc. Those are for me the notable projects that kind of get our attention for 2023. Do you think it's going, this evolution of new money coming in, is there going to be a bias for Bitcoin, and what's going to be happening for alternative coins? Because obviously the spot ETF is going to be on Bitcoin, with some of them on, I've recently seen an article that I might be wrong, but Fidelity already filed for spot ETF for Ethereum already, right?
I saw the article as well.
Yeah, so is this going to be focused only or biased on the big coins, and it's going to be a detriment for the new projects? How would that work in your perspective? How would that pan out?
Look, if I'm remembering correctly from the last bull market, it went in phases. Is really my recollection of it. We would see the money flow into Bitcoin, and then Ethereum, they would pump. And then, that would start to slow down, and then you would have alt season, right? And those tokens would really lift up, and they would have their time in the sun, if you will. And if you're a spot trader holding some of those coins, you had some really happy days. I remember some of those happy days myself in the last bull run. To your question, though, I don't know what's going to happen with some of the new blockchains or some of the new projects that kind of popped up once we were really in this bear market, right? I don't know how they're necessarily going to go. I think what I'm watching the projects that I think had strong fundamentals last bull market, have seemed to manage to maintain the size of their communities, have seemed to be having a use case well beyond what their token is. They're the ones that really interest me, because last time they've had this time now, to build, right? And so now we're in the next market. How they communicate what they've been building, what they've been doing, I think that would be quite exciting. I'm not saying there's not a space for new stuff that's happened, but for me, and maybe I'm being a little bit sentimental in crypto, I've more got my eyes on some of the projects that were in the previous bear market, with the notable exception of the proof of identity. That stuff, I'm watching a few projects.
Gotcha. So, did you say that because of the potential privacy issues on the proof of identity? Or what made you say it's an exemption for you?
To me, coming from it, I think there's a lot of the current KYC solutions and stuff that are out there in market for companies. I don't necessarily. I think there's some holes in them personally, in terms of what their product offerings are. And I think there is a really good use case for a blockchain solution to come in and sort of disrupt this space. How exactly like ZK Sync works and or the rest of it. I'll be honest, it's for far smarter people than me. But I see the use case. I see the commercialization of that, and I see that as potentially being able to compete with some of the Web2 identity players, and being picked up by a mainstream brand, a mainstream app, or something as their solution.
Right. No, I like what you said as well. No, you're monitoring the projects who are there from the bull market, going to the bear. They keep on building. They still have their communities. Their fundamentals are very strong. They're able to maintain the size of their communities. I think it's a very good point, right? Because these people means that they want to stay. It's the same thing for people like me in the industry. I gotta tell you, during the 2021 bull market, there's a lot of people who are gurus, influencers, and then during the bear market, all of them just disappeared. And only a few stayed, like myself and other few friends of mine in the industry. I think it speaks volumes on how you can navigate rough seas, right? And these kind of stuff. But it's a good one. All right, so just on that as well, let's now go on cryptocurrency market trends, right? So you spoke about, I like derivatives, ZK, and regulations and law. I'm curious about, let's talk about cryptos, the tokens itself, within the blockchain. Let's talk about that. Is there any particular token that you, as a derivatives trader yourself, we're talking offline earlier, or are there any particular token that you thought is worth noticing or worth trading? And before you answer that, please talk to us on some of your trading styles, because I know you are a degen trader, you're into volatility and momentum, etc. So talk to us about the coins you're actually trading so far on a personal level.
And look, just Paul, this is me, right? And I always I only ever put in when I'm prepared to lose, and that does happen, right? That does happen. I'm very familiar with being liquidated. But look, I think there are two sort of things that I do here in this. I can go safer with, say, with a Bitcoin or Ethereum, a higher price token. The price movements on that are much harder to move than sort of a cheaper token as well, with sort of some lower leverage, and that can be something that I can look at. So if I'm pretty confident something might happen in a week's time, but I'm not super confident, that's probably something that I can sort of make a trade on, right? Or have a look. But in the short term, I think today is a great example. Chainlink, right? Chainlink today.
We talked about Chainlink earlier.
Yeah. And so I was shorting that today. With very sort of quick, small trades. It was pumping up. To me, I felt that it was overpriced or it was raising too quickly. I wasn't able to see immediate news that really made me think that this sort of deserved it. And that's what I was doing. So I was going in the other direction of the market. And that's something I looked at today. I do that with other tokens too. So where, I look at sort of top gainers. That's actually a feature we have in our app right on the home screen as well. And then I'm sort of looking at what goes on in the other directions. Something that I've got to be mindful of, though, is you want to be aware of what the liquidity on tokens are, be it on any exchange as well, because that's where you can kind of run into some trouble, where some things can maybe look a little bit. You've just got to be aware of it. Got to be aware of liquidity. So if I circle back to your answer, what I tend to do there, so Bitcoin, ETH, they're kind of my safe ones. But with the other tokens, I am looking for ones I know, right? So they're probably tokens that have been in the top 50 or have been around for a time. Again, maybe I'm selling an old man in crypto if I'm looking at the older stuff. So I'm looking for the project that might have trust. So I'll look at Chainlink, Tron, quite a bit. BNB is another one. I might be looking at Avalanche, Sol now and then. Those projects that we've all heard of.
Nice. And just on that, because I know Flipster is a global company. It's an exchange company. Talk to us about what Flipster is doing and from a global perspective. And do they have coins like Tron, Link, BNB, AVAX, and Sol?
All of those. We have all of those on our platform.
Please go ahead. Talk to us about.
Look,
I want you to talk about Flipster and from a liquidity, because you raise a very good point, right?
Yep.
So we gotta look for liquidity, because you might get trapped on fake breakouts, breakdowns, etc. if there's no volume, right? So talk to us. What is Flipster doing and all of that? And yes, to your point, do they have those coins? Please talk to us about Flipster.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Flipster, we're a derivatives exchange that we're targeting the world. And what we're looking at doing is we wanted to reinvent the derivatives trading to be mobile first, to make it super easy for people to do. So looking at, other exchanges, they tend to have UIs that are very similar in terms of where you got to swipe across, choose tokens, scroll down, lots of menus, lots of clicks to get anywhere. We're looking at how we can make that as easy for people as possible. And then we're adding in the features gradually that people need as well. So, you can be on a bus and, you've read your news, you're on your Cointelegraph, you've seen something you've seen, you've read some tweets, these sorts of things. Very quickly, in about under a minute, you can open a position and make a trade. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to ensure that we have plenty of tokens on the exchange as well too, and we can be quite generous with the leverage that's available on them. Like some of Bitcoin, Ethereum right now, we have 100x leverage on those tokens, but some of the smaller capped ones we have lower leverage on as well too, which I think is part of the strategy of managing the liquidity that you're talking about, that we're not letting things get too far out of hand there. So we have more than 160 tokens right now that you can long or short on Flipster with up to 100x leverage.
Nice.
We know liquidity is important. We know liquidity is very important. And so we work very hard to have competitive liquidity on all the products that we have on our exchange. Very big on it. We have some very, very smart people who work on ensuring this as well too. Very safe, very conservative. Again, talking about people way smarter than me in terms of how they do this, that are behind the scenes, making sure that all that is taken care of. And being a new exchange, we want to build trust with our users. So if we don't get these things right, the harm to us is so damaging at the start of this journey that we're on. And so far, we've been able to deliver 160 products without any major issues at all that have damaged the reputation. So that goes to the how we are managing the liquidity and different tokens, different things. I don't want to generalize stuff, but I think if we just focus on the reputation, we're doing all right there.
Yeah, so those are the key words. Obviously, liquidity, building trust, with the users. And I just want to pick up on that, right? So you said trust. Obviously, there's something that could have been broken from a previous historical, not Flipster, but other brands, right? And obviously, to your point, if you break the trust, then people will just sell their positions, right? So let's now talk about the regulatory landscape on cryptocurrency. And I know offline you were talking earlier about some of that. So what do you make of the most recent news speculation that spot ETF for Bitcoin might get approved anytime soon? Is that the one that can potentially add more liquidity and bring back, because obviously there's a lot of on-chain analytics saying that some of the Bitcoins are not in exchanges today. Obviously they're holding it, they're not moving for 5 months already. They're stuck somewhere in their wallets, right? But is this regulatory clarity, we're going there, right? SEC is potentially approving it. Is this going to add volumes to our exchanges so far from a retailer standpoint and institutional standpoint?
Yeah, look, I'll make a prediction. I think I think we will see some. Okay, so ETF is approved. Be it whether it's the one we currently have, it will be approved eventually. I think there are enough people pushing for this, enough people working on it. It's a matter of when, in my opinion. When we do see that happen, I think we will see some money flow back in from cold wallets onto the exchanges. But I also see new liquidity coming onto the exchanges as well too, from the institutional finance. When we start to see that come in, if that starts to move the Bitcoin price up, that's going to start to gain media attention again, right? That's going to start to improve sentiment. If as a whole industry, we're able to sort of prove that we've learned from some of the mistakes in the past that damaged the trust in things, we will earn those people who were like maybe casual crypto users back in. And hopefully this time they have a far better experience than maybe what they had. So the short answer is yes, I think that will be a very exciting event and definitely a turning point for Bitcoin. I think like something we could look at this year is when Ripple, they first won their case, right?
Right.
Very quickly, whoosh, right there, just on the news of something so monumental. A massive government. The United States, a United States court ruling in favor. Amazing,
Right.
Amazing how quickly that turned into
Right.
excitement. And I think Bitcoin's a little bit different in Ripple in that Bitcoin's top of the top of the charts, right? It tends to have a bit more of an impact or a longer lasting impact, and that attention I think is going to be what cascades us into. I don't want to say bull market, but maybe.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
sign steps in the right direction. I mean, to your point, Judge Torres already ruled out that on the first question of institutional sales, it's a security, but on the secondary market sales, it is not a security, right? Grayscale versus SEC, the court said you are capricious and arbitrary, so move on and reevaluate the case. And I've been seeing a lot of back and forth amendments right now. BlackRock, iShares, ARK Invest going back and forth with SEC, getting those amendments done from their original application of spot ETF. So in a comparison with my community, I keep on saying to them, it's like someone is lending you money. They're just wanting to make sure that your requirements are accurate, and they're asking you questions, which means they're interested. I mean, who's bank will ask you and waste their time asking questions if outright they're not, in principle, not approving it in the first place, right? So I think that's where the speculation is coming in. So speaking of regulatory, and how SEC in the US have been very strict. A lot of people are calling them more of the antagonist of the story, right? For Bitcoin, the narrative, right? But talking about regulatory landscape, some of them can be is something that's required. Case in point, you have, your FTX issue, right? We need to make sure we have a lot of disclosures going forward just because of our lessons learned in our stripes on that issue for FTX. So a lot of regulatory issues have happened. And so far, 2022, 2023 have been that melting pot for those issues, right? And we are all learning as we speak. My question to you is, how is Flipster learning from those experiences, and how are you guys working on, to your point earlier, the trust piece? Just on the lessons learned of previous exchanges, how are you guys working on a Flipster level on a global perspective? How are you guys working on that trust to build more to your retailers coming from those lessons learned?
Yeah. So we're playing within the rules, right? We play within the rules. We swim between the lanes, as they say, all the time. So me in a marketing role, that does create barriers for me, and it slows some stuff down, and it slows down some of maybe some features or stuff we want to add in when we are going through the ticks and balances. We have really in-depth security processes. We have a lot of people in our company that have come from other exchanges, like all the big exchanges. And when they come in, they complain about how secure we are. And back at this other one, I didn't have to do this extra security thing on my device, or this security policy slows me down. So we're building that stuff into the foundations of what we're doing. And that becomes a cultural thing. So if that's really what a company does, it starts to come out through the emails we send. It starts to come out through how we approach events that we might run. It starts to be felt by people as they are seeing that when they contact customer service, where we're really caring about their privacy. We're asking extra questions to verify who they are, to go above and beyond. If we think someone maybe isn't doing the right thing, we're giving them that chance to sort of verify, and if they don't, we're actually asking them to leave, because we are trying to ensure that we have good people and customers, good people
and
on the
verified
team,
customers,
good technology. Yeah. So working it all in from the ground up, and that's what we've got as a new exchange. And if I may, if I was on the flip side of one of these, say another exchange that built themselves before the last bull run, and they maybe were go, they didn't necessarily have time to do these things, or they didn't prioritize it because they were just there trying to get as many users as quickly as possible, take advantage of the bull run. And now I think they're maybe having to unpick some stuff. And I think we've seen that with some exchanges in like various legal decisions that have happened around the world, where we've seen an exchange that gets banned by a government or something like that as well, even though they're in there, even though they have a lot of customers. What you're talking about with the contract, I'm not going to name the exchange, but there's one with the UK regulator.
Yeah.
The UK regulator was asking the exchange questions about this stuff, like basically going back and forth in the contract, and they just couldn't provide the information on the customer.
Yeah.
They couldn't provide the information on their security features because they hadn't thought about it on the way up. So we're slowing down, we're building all that stuff in to hopefully ensure we have a very long sustainable journey.
So in your point, regulation at some point does something good for the industry at some point. It allows exchanges to make sure they follow KYC, etc., right? So I totally agree with you, and I think I know that exchange in UK, because UK is very strict nowadays because they have a new law, right, on advertising, etc. And again, we'll also not name the exchange because they're not here to talk about the issue. There's also that one in Hong Kong, right? The most recent issue there, right? So I mean, whether we like it or not, building trust means we're also protecting our traders, our investors, our people who's putting their hard-earned money in the exchanges. Because that's going to be where you build trust. Because obviously, if you put your money to someone else's pocket or wallet, that's trust there, right? Why would you put $100, of your hard-earned money to someone else's website or etc.? So you got to build that trust. So that makes perfect sense, right? So in your perspective, is a lot of the regulations today are in the U.S., right? Well, there's a couple of blueprint in Hong Kong most recently. How are in your not just for a Flipster, right? So what are those how are the exchanges evolving nowadays after the regulatory issues have happened? For example, when the SEC dropped the case against the two Ripple executives, when SEC was meant, the court said to SEC, no, selling XRP on secondary exchanges like, I'll name exchanges like Binance, Flipster, etc. It's not a security, right? Selling XRP. And if you remember, SEC has ongoing cases on a lot of alternative coins in Coinbase and Binance because they're saying they're being sold as a security. But on that ruling, they said that selling XRP is not a security in secondary exchanges. Is that somehow driving right now the appetite of traders on some alternative coins? That's why they're pumping Solana, AVAX, Matic, it's Cardano, XRP are all breaking out. Is that because people are speculating, because XRP is not a security, and SEC did not appeal for the case? Is that almost an admission that SEC is not interested anymore in the case, and is that the reason why these alternative coins are pumping? What's your personal opinion about that? And I know, sorry to put you on the spot. It's not on the script, Miranda. It's not on the script. We have sort of a questionnaire here. I just want to divert a little bit. I just want to pick your opinion, Ben, on that, if you don't mind.
No, absolutely. So, look, I think there are two things that are going on right now with it. I think definitely the Ripple case has made people excited about crypto again, or starting to look back in. And I think maybe whether they're fully into the thick of the decision, like you obviously are, and they're making really, really informed decisions, and I think some people are, and maybe they're jumping back into their favorite token. I also think for some people who are into say Cardano you named, or Avalanche, they've seen the price ride down, they've maybe held on for so long, or maybe they've sold out at some point. They're saying, if Ripple's coming back, I'm actually a believer in Avalanche.
I think we lost your audio, Ben. I think we lost your audio for a bit. Can you hear me? Okay, I'll just go on a quick commercial, Miranda. I'll be right back. Just give me a second. Sa Luzon, Sa Visayas. Sa panig ng Pilipinas. Alright, we're back. I'm gonna be reading questions already. I just need to make sure we're all good, Miranda. Alright, hey Ben, are you back?
I'm back.
Alright, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna be reading questions here. We're now going to talk about some of the questions of our community. Let me just read the first question. What are the unique, sorry about that, just give me a second. What are the unique advantages and drawbacks of your exchange compared to other platforms on a global level? Going back to your point of trust earlier, to ensure that users can effectively be safe against hacking. I think they're talking about the Flipster right now, not just other exchanges.
Yeah, lovely. So I think it's a really good question. So like I'll start with the disadvantages, if you will. So you talked about a disadvantage of our exchange compared to another one is we're new, right? We're new, so we don't have as many features as exchanges that have been around for 5 years as a new product. That's certainly true. But we're trying to do one thing at the moment really well, and that is a UI for derivatives trading, and that is even further, that's a UI for mobile first. Is what we're trying to do right now too. So there are so many more mobile phones around the world than there are computers, and derivatives trading does end up generally being something that is done by most traders right now on computers. We're trying to bring it to everyone else around the world on their phones. To the security side of things, anyone who tells you that something can't be hacked is lying. I can tell you that all the processes we have internally, stuff that all of us who've come from other exchanges, we haven't necessarily seen anything like that before, and it is regularly complained about is how many extra steps we have to go through because of our security processes as well. So I can promise you it's something we take really seriously.
Okay. According to Leon Hart, volume, fees, and liquidity are always major factors in exchanges. How does Flipster Exchange solve these problems to attract more users? Volume, fees, and liquidity.
Yeah, look, we have fees, we have liquidity. I can't tell you right off the top of my head where we are comparatively right now compared to other exchanges. But we have all exchanges that do derivatives have the fees. So unfortunately, we're not getting rid of rid of that. But we are giving you an experience on the phone.
But I think what your value addition is, you're giving the phone experience, because I have a lot of viewers today who are trading on their phone, right? So is there sort of a user experience testing that you did on the phone, beta testing, to make sure it's very savvy for phone users? Talk to us more about that phone experience. That's something unique for Flipster.
Absolutely. The amount of beta testing that's been done and every feature that's rolled out, the amount of surveys we do, the amount of people we talk to, the amount of regression testing we do in our UIs to make sure it's easy for people to use. We started by removing every step we possibly could from the experience of what you needed to do to trade a derivative. And then we've been adding things back in when they're needed by the majority. We're not adding in, things that are needed in edge cases right now. We're just giving what the majority of people need, the vast majority, and simplifying the interface. So as I'm talking right now, I think the way I'm trying to explain it is, if you think about an iPhone, it's very simple, right? It's very simple to use. That kind of philosophy is really what we've tried to do to an exchange, to so you can have, futures trading in your pocket.
So in your standpoint, why is there a growing population right now of people who are trading on their phones, in your perspective? Is that a growing number today? People, because obviously it's 24/7. People can just go to their application, can just trade. I'm actually holding my phone right now as an example. I can just trade, right? So is that a growing behavior today of traders, or there's still those old school traders who have big screens, those big monitors,
definitely.
you could see charts, but are you seeing now behaviors like traders using their phones?
Yes, we are. And look, I think the way to verify that for yourself is you jump on the Play Store, the App Store, you take a look at the exchanges, and you see the number of downloads of their apps, right? See the number of things on ours. The interest in trading on your phone is there, right? It's people want to do it. I don't think it's going to replace, the desktop experience or that thing that full-time traders are going to do, right? I don't necessarily know if we're going to have many full-time traders on the phone. Definitely. But for people who want to get involved, who want to have a trade, who want to have this as part of their investment strategy, I think the convenience in your pocket is a no-brainer. And it seems to be picking on. Sorry, it seems to be picking up.
So I think that's the answer to the question of Vash as well. Hashtag curious of Flipster. What can Flipster offer that other exchanges does not have? So if I can pick up from what you said, you're improving the user experience, user interface on the mobile phone for trading. Can you talk to us a little bit more specific on that? What type of improvements have you done on the phone from a trading perspective?
Yeah. So I think one of the tests I have is most users can get onboarded on Flipster in under a minute and a half. So from sign up, past KYC, level 2, email, you're there and you're ready to go. Then I kid you not, once you've deposited funds, you've got funds on your exchange, within 10 seconds, you can have opened a position. From opening the app to opening a position.
Okay.
Super.
So okay. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, so super fast. Speed is what we're going for. We want to make the trading experience as fast as possible. But the other thing we have right now is, as a new exchange, we do have a lot of promotions. We do have a lot of trading comps. The opportunities to win a lot of bonus are there, for volume trading competitions, P&L trading competitions. We want you to come in, and we're confident that you will like what we've got going on, that you're going to stick around afterwards. And so there's plenty of rewards. I think last quarter we ended up giving away $3 million in bonus.
Oh, wow. I'm actually seeing right now in Twitter, Flipster, there is a join now, trading, and get a welcome offer of $90 bonus USDT.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, very good. All right, and then there's a download link. Okay, so how can they talk to us? How can they download? Where do they go to download and start just checking? Check the site, check Flipster. Where can they go, and how do they go ahead? And to your point, I want to try it myself. A minute and a half. I want to have a minute and a half. Please go ahead. Talk to us about where can they download.
So look, head over to flipster.xyz on the website, and from there you can be directed to your appropriate app store. So if you're an Android device, it'll take you to the Play Store. If you're an Apple, it'll take you there as well. Or if you search for Flipster Crypto in the app or the Play Store, we'll be the first one that comes up, unless someone's running an ad on us. We'll be very high up, and you can download and start the process.
Especially the ones that are watching globally outside the Philippines, right? There's a lot of people watching us right now outside the Philippines as well. All right, how can I deposit here? Do I use on-ramp, off-ramp? How do I do credit card? How do I deposit and have my own account? I mean, how do I fund my account here?
So you'll need to deposit with crypto. We presently don't have any fiat on-ramp facilities anywhere. USDT, Tron USDT is probably the most popular currency. Nice low fees.
Right. Using TRC20 as a network.
TRC20.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, do you have staking as well at this point, or it's not yet? Staking.
We don't have staking.
Okay, so it's purely derivatives and spot market trades, correct?
That's correct.
Do you have copy trading coming soon, and do you have other products aside from derivatives trading and spot trading?
Not sure how much I'm allowed to talk about yet. There's a lot of features on the board. There's a lot we want to do here. I don't want to
That's okay.
overpromise and
That's
underdeliver.
okay. That's okay.
But I'll just say there's a very, very robust roadmap of features that'll be coming.
No, I like it that you're like
Yeah.
that, right? Because we don't want to overpromise, underdeliver, and
That's right.
I think it's a good sign of a very responsible promotion, so to speak, right? You want to make sure that we build trusts overall to our audience here. So I really like that. All right, yeah. So I would like to, if you don't mind, I'm gonna be asking some questions here. As per Rusty, is there a token as well for Flipster? Are you guys launching it soon, or is that something you cannot also answer? It's okay if you say no. I understand.
No token for Flipster
Okay.
at this stage.
All right. Okay. Give me a second. All right. Okay, that's the same question for Sanich. Okay. Is P2P transaction available to fund our account as per Mark Lowy? P2P is like
We don't
more
have, we don't have any formal P2P feature.
yet. All right. Okay. So it's really more of token to token wallet to wallet transfer, TRC20 preferred. Okay.
Yep.
I like this question. As per Jerry, in your opinion, what is the effect of the upcoming bull run of crypto, if ever it will come soon, to the price of oil? And if I may add, the ongoing war, because I have my own opinion, but maybe they want to hear their own opinion, your own opinion as well. What's the I guess that in short, the question is, what's gonna be the future of crypto as it relates with the war right now? And what's happening in the stock market, right? The yields are crazy. Oil is going higher. Do you think bull run can be impeded or it can stop? Not a financial advice.
I think that is a really good question.
It's
I
a
think
good question,
I think it's a really
right?
good question. Look, I don't think it will be impeded by the war of oil. I don't. I think I think we've got some bullish things around the corner. The Bitcoin ETF. We got the Bitcoin halving coming up. We're seeing this regulations come in, and we're seeing it, I think, making the industry more mature. More grown up, if you will, right? But impede was the word it was used. So if this wasn't going on, would the bull run be potentially bigger or more exciting? I don't think I can answer that part, but I don't think it would cancel the bull run, is my personal thought.
I think to your point, and if I can just add to that,
please.
case in point for the Ukraine war, right? I mean, it will devalue the currency of that particular nation. Because the war is nothing good. It does not add anything good at all, right? For worse, it will even devalue your currency as a country. So for that, in that case, the use case of Bitcoin can even be highlighted, right? So they can use cryptocurrency to hedge their positions against inflation or devaluation of their currency. Case in point, the Russian ruble. Right, they were converting them. The price of Russian ruble was going down, but the Russian ruble hedged to USDT is going up during that war. So I would say, in my own opinion, war is something that can highlight the use case of crypto and Bitcoin, and it's decentralized. No one's controlling it. There's no one governing it. Therefore, there's no government governing Bitcoin. Therefore, there can be a potential use case on this. Although it's an oxymoron to say use case in war. It's two things I don't want to put together in one word, because I don't want war and use it for a use case, right? Another thing is obviously the traditional finance today. Stock market is crazy. The Philippine stock market is down. People are getting scared of what's happening. So the yields are crazy. Treasury bonds are getting sold. 10-year treasury yield is highest in 16 years. So I think all of this, plus to your point earlier, Ben, on the narrative for regulation, with SEC getting handed by courts of decisions against them, I think all of this put together is creating a positive narrative in the market right now. We cannot control the price of oil. I'm sure you guys will agree. It's the ones who's supplying it, right? But then it can it can potentially affect, because as I also say this to my show, the dollar strength, the DXY, can also affect the price of Bitcoin, right? Because people might hodl dollars as a sign, because interest rates are going to be higher. Anyways, a very good discussion, Ben. We learned a lot from you, and thank you for sharing your insights. If I can just ask you a couple of more questions at this point. Just fast questions, if you don't mind. Just fast
Let's do
question,
it.
fast answer. All right. Number
Okay.
one, you need to give me one word that comes to mind whenever I say something. Don't worry, I'll not put you on the spot. All right. Number
Okay.
one. Number one, Gary Gensler.
Man.
Sorry, say that again one more time.
Man.
Man. All right. Sam Bankman-Fried. Another
I
man.
can't say the word. I'm not allowed to say the word.
All right. Okay. Bull Run
24.
2024. Nice. Possibility of Bitcoin going back to 22,000.
30%.
30%. Are you holding Bitcoin today?
No.
No Bitcoin. All right. Are you okay? Do you see yourself trading derivatives up until the next 5 years?
Yes.
All right. Flipster.
Fast.
Fast. Okay, very good. All right. And then last but not the least, okay, so it's actually in my screen here. Another question for you is, what are your alpha coins that you're monitoring and has been giving you profits? In shorting, and
I'm watching-
whatever trading style do you use? What coins are you trading today?
Right now, I'm trading ETH. I'm watching Travala AVA. I'm trading Tron
Okay.
and Link at the moment, as I mentioned earlier.
So I'm the same. I don't normally say my coins. I'm trading Link. I'm hodling some Tron coins, but on a different platform. I'm trading Solana and Cardano, alternative coins, and of
Cardano.
course XRP. XRP has been like doing this crazy movements. There's also a rumor that XRP will go IPO. Ripple, not XRP. Ripple, the centralized company, might go IPO. They're saying that. All right. Okay. Please invite us, Ben. Take this opportunity to talk to us, invite us, encourage our viewers. There's a lot of them watching about Flipster, and please, the floor is yours. I would like you to introduce Flipster, encourage them to download, and please go ahead.
Guys, if you're watching this channel, you clearly know a lot about crypto. You're clearly interested in crypto. Come give us a try on Flipster. We're in your pocket. Fastest trading experience you will have experienced. 160 plus coins. You can leverage up to 100x. We have great promotions going on, trading competitions all the time. You can come come make some money trading, and then come win some prizes, hopefully as well too, with us. We're confident you're going to love what we have going on, and we're looking forward to having you on our platform.
Well said. On that note, can you say it one more time? I love you 3000, Miranda. Just hold off a second. I'm just going to put you on a big camera here. Please say it one more time. I love you 3000, Miranda.
I love you 3000, Cameranda.
Woohoo! All right, hang on a second. There's one follow-up question here. Woohoo! All right, someone keep on asking this question. I don't know why, but his name is a guy's name. He said, "Coach, is he single?" I don't know what's the answer there. So
I'm spoken for.
On that note, thank you very much, Ben, and a very nice conversation. I wish to have you again in our show, and take care there in Korea, and a very good, pleasant evening to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Look forward to it.
Thanks,
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. There you go, Miranda. Ngayon lang po tayo nagkaroon ng show na parang sabi nga kanina nung nagsabi sa atin, coach, mas pogi ka pa din. So, all right. Okay, guys. Again, it's up to you. This show is an education show. I would like to make sure that you learn something from our experts. And Ben is actually an expert coming from Flipster. If you have any questions, please go ahead and visit their website, flipster.xyz. Also go to their social media channels. And so we'll be asking them follow-up questions if we have anything, Miranda, over the next couple of weeks. That is it for our show for today. I hope you've learned something. And of course, the winner is for our 500 pesos GCash is none other than... All right. So I said that we're going to award the prize for today, and the winner is none other than... Before I mention the winners, I would like to say thank you po. Marami pong salamat sa mga nagtanong. No, I would like to mention each and every one of you. Of course, hindi naman po lahat kayo mananalo. Pero I would like to mention the following traders. No, yan, Miranda. Marami pong salamat kila Van, RC, Francis, Romel, Alfred, Donald, Mize, Romel, Bishop, Ewin, Opong Ortega, nasayang nabura yung kay EJ Power, Glenn, Harvey, Donald R. Anthony, Marcel, no? Reniel, John Ray, Tamaki, Ronnie. Salamat po sa inyo lahat. Invest Crypto. Ay, hindi ko natanong to, sorry. Snitch Keanu. You mentioned speed is what differs Flipster to other. Maganda sana yung tanong mo, pasensya ka na. Very good. Rido, Higher High, kamusta ka na? Long time no see, Higher High. Pertasio, hello. Invest Crypto, Fredzers, at sa marami pa pong iba. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood today. And of course, batiin ko na din yung mga nasa Facebook page po natin. Hindi kayo makakawala. I would like to greet each and every one of you that's watching me today in Facebook. Ayan. Teka lang. Just give me a second. Wala. Okay, batiin ko na itong mga to, no? So, give me a second. Alright. I would like to greet Esperanza Miranda, Charlie Redarts, at Peter Alolor. Kamusta? Alex, shout out daw. Jmar Saladaga. Ayan. Jmar Saladaga at of course, batiin ko na din yung mga sinabi po nating babatiin natin sa ating show. Batiin ko na po kayo mga Kamiranda. Uy, congratulations no, sa ating Batch 63 graduates. Maraming salamat. Congratulations po sa inyo. Ayan. I-like natin yan. Ang dami nila. No? 65 plus yung students natin. Maraming salamat. And of course, I would like to, panoorin nyo tong video na to. Maganda tong video na yan. And of course, like and comment your post. Batiin ko na rin. Batiin ko kayo sa live ngayon. Batiin ko itong mga nag-post na ito. Si Kuya Mentor Look, grabe 400%. No? Teka lang, kunin ko lang yung ating palakpak dito. Yan. Ayun. Mentor Look, grabe Mentor Medj, Dale, Ivy, quick trade lang daw. Mark Dave, JP Agbayani, congratulations. Marl Temario, Darwin, 9 possessions, all green. Ikaw na. Grabe. Tito Ryan, my goal is still few months, but buy until end of 2023. Shari Rose, Yan, very good. Uy, $300. Grabe. Congratulations. Congrats. Grabe. Very good, di ba? Pwede ka talagang kumita on crypto basta alam mo yung mga magagandang event-based drivers. Congratulations. And of course, kay Ian Chavez at sa marami pa pong ibang nag-comment dyan. But wala yung iba. Mag-all comments tayo. Batiin ko kayo lahat para wala pong problema. Walang, okay, RJD Lazarte for the kids daw. Thank you for the guidance, Coach Miranda. Mayroon pag nagla-live ka. Ian Chavez, Mark Dave, San Pedro, sana all my time, no? At Jersey Acrol, yan, congratulations. Jack Pai, Ian Chavez, Elvira Datwo, Nexters, Walter Liaver, Jersey Acrol, and Jonas Brothers, The Power of Leverage. Sabi mo nga, be aggressive in this type of market with a plan. Thank you and more blessings. I love you, 3 million Discord name Yakult. Ikaw pala yun, no? Salamat. Of course, kay Squal Domville, Irene, at marami pa pong salamat. Salamat daw for imparting your knowledge, mga mentors. Maraming salamat po. Yan. Okay, and for our winner is Jerry Han. Jerry Han, paki-email mo po ako, coach@globalmirandaminer.com. Isama mo ang screenshot ng email at ng profile mo in YouTube. Nanalo ka po ng 500 pesos sesuses. Alright guys, that's it for our show. I love you 3,000. Bukas naman ang atin pong show is about. Makinig kayo sa akin, Miranda, because we have another interview tomorrow. Tomorrow po, ang ating show is SEC updates and approval of Bitcoin Spot ETF. Kasama po natin si Attorney Rafael Padilla. Siya po ay co-founder ng Block Devs Asia Incorporated and professor in San Beda Alabang College School of Law. Hingi po tayo ng mga umiinit at maiinit na mga updates from Attorney Padilla. And of course, members, I owe you one. Isingit natin ang special members live only ng Wednesday. Singit po natin yan, then we'll do another live for the community naman. Especially for our charting. No? Miranda, I love you 3,000. Maraming salamat po. At sana po kayo po ay nasa mabuting kalagayan ngayon. I love you 3,000 at shalom. Maraming salamat po. Uy, Miranda, if you have learned something in this video, please don't forget to leave a comment, click like, and subscribe para ikaw, isa ka na rin sa mga Miranda na updated for everything about crypto, technical analysis, fundamentals, exclusive interviews, mga reactions, opinions, and kung ano-ano pa, everything about crypto all in one channel.